Action!
It's going?
Yep. All sorts of cats in here. I think they're getting ready to fight.
That one, yeah, this one's getting ready.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Making sure the lighting's okay. I don't know, man.
I think we need some like strobe lights.
Why? Strobe lights?
Yeah.
What for?
For our studio.
Shit.
Whoa. What are you doing today with your wardrobe?
What's the matter?
Your white socks.
It's the slippers, isn't it?
The white socks and the black slippers. You don't need this button. Yeah.
What's wrong with the button?
Well, you had it like buttoned up to your neck.
No, I
It was like
didn't.
a freaking priest.
This one. I didn't have this one buttoned.
No, I know, but you had this one still. It's a little much. You need to loosen up a little. How was your day?
Very good. Productive. Yours?
Good, as
Yeah.
always. Teaching to teach.
So what woman wakes up and just says, okay, get up. What? And then she's like, and then it's like,
What are you talking about?
and then she comes home from work and it's the same thing. Okay, strip.
It's not, was that happening to one of your friends or something?
No, it's you. It's you. It's like every day. It's like
Oh,
it's like I can't handle it anymore. I mean,
I see
the
what-
thing is actually like it's like raw. It hurts.
I actually see what's happening.
It's painful. I don't even enjoy it.
You haven't even come out of your fantasy world yet, have you?
No, it's no fantasy world. It's absurd is what it is. It's freaking abuse is what it is.
What's her name?
It's not.
What's
Don't start. You know.
No, what is-
seriously.
what
it's
is
your.
it?
It's Diana.
You got her out of the closet. You got
Troublemaker.
her out of the closet, didn't you?
No.
Uh-huh.
I can't even run on the treadmill. It's like it's banging against my
We don't
leg.
even have a treadmill.
It's at the Y, and
Yeah, okay, right.
it's banging against my leg, and it hurts every step. It's like, yeah, this is fun. I don't know what's gotten into
You're
you.
not even making
I don't know what's
sense.
gotten into you.
You're not even making sense right
Since
now.
when? Is this one of those? Didn't they always tell us women peak at some different age? Is that what's happened? Oh my God.
You've been reading.
And then I made the one crack about it. That I made that joke about I look like a fry cook, and you said that was a bad one. And you didn't like that one.
Did you watch 50 Shades of Grey or something while I was gone?
No, never mind. All right, so extremely productive day. I mean, I'm this close, first of all, to getting disputebills.com signed, sealed, and delivered, and that's massive.
That would be awesome.
Because, you know, that's like a subsidy to keep us afloat for another period of time. I think he's ready. I really do. I got to respond to his email, and I think he's ready to do
That's
it.
awesome.
So,
And his buddy is cute.
yeah. What?
His buddy's cute.
Oh, Andy Mealy. That's my favorite hockey player.
Number 21.
For your Griffins. Again, the Labatt Studio in the Joseph Reed Remax chairs that we're sitting in right now. Everything is sponsored here. I was talking to a friend of mine on radio today, and he said it's the most ridiculous thing to see. Stupid sign. And then listeners are like, oh no, you can just make overlays and graphics. And I appreciate the sentiment, but this looks terrible, and that's hilarious. How awful this looks. I know that, and that's why I'm doing it. I want the whole room. I'm working on paintball guy. I'm working on snow removal guy. And
Massage guy.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I can do massage guy because this is getting ridiculous. So I might have to put a moratorium on those until we get ericzaneshow.com or until we can move these to whatever radio show. Because these guys are coming with me to the radio show whenever that happens, and I don't know who that is or when that is or whatever. But when and if that happens, they're going to sign up. They're going to be on. They're going to be like on the radio advertising.
Even
So
if we have to move to Saginaw?
what?
They'll still come with us?
Well, yeah, absolutely, they will. So they're going to walk into the studio and they have to chug a Labatt right there. They have to chug a Labatt, and then they have to sell their home before they can even come to the studio, and then they get shot with a paintball, and they have to upload their bills right there. They can't arrive unless they have medical bills, and then they get hit with a snowplow. And that's the only way you can come see me in the studio.
What if they get hurt with a paintball and then they have a build a dispute? Would that work?
That's why you're the brains. That's why you're the brains.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, yeah, it was a super excellent day. Update on ericzaneshow.com. I own that domain, and you know, and this is happening. This is going to be great. I have been in discussion with two of the most talented people in the world who are building this site. They are Larry and Jericho, and Larry's Jericho's uncle. So it sounds like a morning show. Larry and Jericho in the morning. And so
Well, they know they just say Larry and Jerry.
no, it's Jericho. I love that name, Jericho. And so these dudes are just happening, and this site is gonna smoke. Now, the plan is audio podcast. The plan is continuing these video podcasts. Now, I will continue these video podcasts on YouTube to some degree, but because the event and the goal is to have this to really help us and so we can live. It's a subscription-based site, and the only reason why I'm doing this is because there was enough people demanding for this type of stuff. So I said, hell yeah, I can provide that content. So audio podcast, video blogs, just like this. I'll still do the stuff on YouTube. Might not be as frequent, but this is down the road a little bit. It's going to take time to build all this stuff. Merch. Sponsorship opportunities, the works. This thing is going to be so great, and these two dudes are taking care of everything. So I'm really excited about it. So to the future, boys. Pretty excited about it. It's my own radio network. That's what this is. This boils down to actually having an LLC. EricZaneShow.com will be an LLC, and it's my own network through that. And so I would never have dreamed of doing anything like this. What is that? Necessity is a mother of invention. We needed that, so you invent.
Yes.
But I know I didn't invent it, but I would never have dreamed of doing this otherwise. Would never have thought I had even the, I don't have the know-how, but people came out of the woodwork and offered it, and there were many people who offered that, and I thank you. But
maybe the Red Wings will pay us if I hold this cup up.
You never know. Oh, look, there's Dinky. Hi, Lincoln. That's Lincoln. You haven't met Lincoln yet, I don't think. You met Milo. They look the same.
Don't spill my water, Lincoln.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. I promised, just real quick, if you have medical bills, go to disputebills.com, upload those medical bills if you want to dispute those. They have dedicated dispute professionals, healthcare professionals, who will call the hospital and negotiate on your behalf and get that bill lowered. They overcharge for a reason, because people don't pay their bills, so they overcharge, the insurance company pays it out. Well, you still have that big fat deductible and the co-pays, or not the co-pays, but like if it's 80-20, let's say you have a massive medical procedure, they cover 80% of it, you cover 20, it's still pretty pricey. So $10,000, $15,000 bill, dispute it at disputebills.com. Upload it. It take you 2 minutes, and then they work with you. They talk to you via your computer, they talk to you on the phone, and before you know it, your bill is greatly reduced or gone. You pay them by giving them 30% of what you have saved. That's it. That's all you do. I've had a bunch of people upload who told me on Facebook, and that's how Matt, who runs a show over there, is this close to jumping on board. Thank you again.
Do you notice how quiet it is around here?
We are minus children, which was good for you because of what you had planned to do to me when you got home from work again.
You weren't even home when I got home from work. So
Well, when I got home from my meetings, it was like, okay, let's do it again. Terrible. So, yeah, nobody's home. Jackie's in Honduras. She FaceTimed me from the airport in San Pedro.
How warm was it there?
It looked to be about 80, 85. They were in their t-shirts and shorts.
Nice.
So, that's good. Questions. This is all questions. Cody writes, do you listen to Free Brown Wing Show? If so, is it part of your daily routine? It's crazy. I don't really have a radio in here. You'd think that a guy in radio would have a radio in the house. I would have to pull it up on their app and listen, which I would be more than inclined to do. But I'm listen most of the time if I'm in the car. If I'm in the car, I do listen. Just out of curiosity, you know. It's like, oh, God, I gotta hear what they're doing. And then I critique it. I listen to it with a different ear, and I hear things that, you know, as listening in a critique fashion, like, oh, that's driving me crazy. Oh, I wish they wouldn't do that. No, don't do that. No, do it this way. I listen like that, and then there are times I listen and they're having a great time, and then I get sad because I used to be able to have that fun with them, and no more.
I don't listen.
You don't listen? Does it upset you? Yeah.
Hurts my feelings.
That's normal. You know, it had some. Been a
Maybe
crazy,
one day I'll
crazy
be able to.
time. A crazy time. I still can't believe it. But how much would it cost for you two to wear a shirt with my face on it, just for one show? Just for one show, writes Michael. How much would it cost? How much would you wear a shirt with Michael's face on it?
How handsome is Michael?
Hang on. Oh yeah, look at him, and he's surrounded by pretty ladies too. And he's the guy. Oh, on his site, he has he has the petition with my face when I was a child when I got arrested. Yeah, would you wear a shirt?
Yeah, I would.
Send us the shirt.
He looks very Dutch.
Yeah, he's blonde. You know, all these. But he doesn't have one of those crazy Dutch names like Hoemstra or Beemstra or Minneberg or Vandenchow or whatever.
Vandenchow?
I can't read that one. I will not read where Dan said, how does your face feel after being rode like a pedal bike with no seat?
No. Dan, don't even go there.
Joe writes,
Don't encourage him.
Joe Vandenbrink writes, ever have a stalker or just a creepy fan? Well, stalker is like criminal, so no. No.
Kinda.
No, never. Oh, Kenny writes, how's your mom and stepdad doing? Mom's been a little under the weather. She had, her tickers have been acting funny, but I think they got it taken care of. They did a little work on her coronary arteries, and she's doing much better. I used to love hearing stories about them on the radio. I'll never forget when and why you stopped telling those stories, however. One of the most touching moments in show history ever, by the way. Thank you. I've had the utmost respect for you ever since then and wish nothing but the best for you and your family. Thank you. Julie writes, in radio, do you have to wait for someone to come to you, or can you go out and look like any other job?
Excuse me.
That scared the piss out of me. Oh my God. What the fuck? You did that on purpose. You yelled right in my ear. You might as well just scream in my ear. Alright, I gotta let that filter out. Did you see me?
It just came out of nowhere, I'm sorry.
You need to blow your nose? You need to blow your nose?
I'm good.
No, don't do that. God. Don't snort. You might want to go, I mean, who wants to blow their nose in front of the world? Why don't you want... No, I'll just sit here and blow my nose. No, I'll just sniff. That's cool. It's got a sinking feeling that the camera's not running. Now we're good.
Oh, shoot.
Can you imagine
I'm
with
gonna
all
have
of
to
that?
start all over.
No, I would just not do it.
No. We have a date tonight.
Yes.
Do you think if we told people where we're going, they might meet us there for a little happiness party?
Oh, I thought you were going to say group sex.
Yeah, in the middle of the restaurant. What do you think?
No, I wouldn't do that.
How about we try that and see how many people show up?
Yeah, it's not really my game. That's okay.
Might get a free drink out of it.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Whatever.
Julie wrote, in radio, do you have to wait for someone to come to you, or can you go out and look for any other job? Look like any other job? Of course, absolutely. Has any station reached out to you as of today? Yes. Yes, they have. More than one. Tim writes, if I buy the tickets, would you be my date to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Live at Night show? No, I would not go to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Live at Night show. As I've said in some of these posts, I would be a distraction, and I don't want it to upset anybody. And that is their night, and they've earned it, and they're going to have so much fun. And if you have your tickets, you'd be a fool not to go. And if you don't have your tickets, you should get them, because there aren't a lot left. And if I were you, I would get those tickets, because that is always, the boys work so hard at putting on a great show, and you'd be a fool not to go. I'm telling you that right now. Ryan writes, how did you not burst out laughing when doing Dude Shadowy Power Stereo FM? That's right, if you're in the playpen. Those still make me cringe, cry, laugh every time I listen. I don't know, man. I just was able to dial it down. Do the voice. Yeah, that's right. That's right, up here in the live line today.
That was back in the day.
Yep, that was fun. We kept destroying all of our contacts and couldn't do any other interviews. So, and I did steal that bit. That is not an original bit. I always say that because I stole it off John Lastman. He did the bit known as the Chucker. Funnier, better. Would you seriously consider voting for Mrs. Clinton if Trump becomes president? I think he means if Trump is the nominee, would you vote for Hillary Clinton? Yes. Why was Jim wearing a toddler-sized small sweatshirt on the show? Also, if you, and I don't know,
It used to fit him.
Oh. Yeah. Also, if you could have anyone alive as a guest, who would it be? I don't know. Can you think of anybody? Howard Stern. I would have Howard Stern.
That would be a good one.
That would be a great one.
I would have Ellen DeGeneres.
That is another great one. Two giants of the industries. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She's
No
awesome.
brainer right there. I think those would be two good ones. You know who I want as a guest?
A local guest?
Yep. Father Ron needs to sit there. Do you think he'd do it?
No.
Why not?
Well, he might, but I don't know.
Well,
Depends on what you're going to
wouldn't-
talk to him about.
Well, I wouldn't talk to him about what you and I were talking about.
Right.
We'd probably talk about Jesus.
Well, that would be good. Maybe he could have like a question and answer.
Well, I want to ask him lots of questions. There's lots of questions I have for him.
Well, you could ask him. I don't know how much luck you'd have though.
Somebody suggested that, by the way. I forgot it. I think I know who did, but it was a great suggestion.
What would I have locally?
Think about it. Let me
Thinking
let me know.
I'm trying to think as the most handsome guy in Grand Rapids.
Oh, there she is again. Yep. Your husband. Was there ever a skit or stunt on the show that you didn't agree that you should be doing? No, it was either funny or not funny to me. There were some that I thought, I don't know, this isn't funny, but I was just one guy. You know, there's other cooks in that. Sometimes I knew that the other guys were enjoying it, so I didn't say anything. And that's fine. It still worked. Like morally, I guess, or ethically. I was sometimes worried about whether or not we get in trouble and stuff like that. I mean, management got really sensitive the last few years about Joe stunts, and to a point where we couldn't even video record them. I mean, it just like wiped them out. So that's why they still happen now. You won't see video, probably. Sometimes you will, but it's touchy. It's kind of a different environment now. Sometimes those creative things just don't happen because it's a different ball field that they're playing on. So, does that make sense? Does that sound about right to you?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Pretty much. If you could go back and correct what got you fired, would you? That's a great question. Would you? If I could go back in time.
Well,
I don't think...
It's hard for me to say because in my opinion, I don't think what you did was
Yeah.
was bad enough to get you fired in the first place.
Yeah.
But
I know you don't know everything, but she's just... You'll
Yeah.
figure it out eventually.
You know,
I'll tell you.
in my opinion, the punishment didn't fit the crime.
Well,
so,
let me tell you this.
But if you knew what you said was going to get you fired, I'm sure you wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, but you know, I wouldn't. I
words.
wouldn't go back because I was going to get fired anyway. That goes back to the answer from the previous question. It was going to happen anyway. There was no turning back. No way, no how. So, and right now, I'm looking at this as, it's gone. It's in the past. So I've accepted that, and the dust is settled. And you know me, I've kept moving from the beginning. So, I have completely processed that, and have now focused on starting over. And I am. It's going to get off the ground, and I'm 100% certain of it. So that's great. And it's just me on my legs. And I always, if it's just me, I can control everything that happens. So I'm very comfortable with that. And but I was very comfortable with the boys too. This whole process has been uncomfortable, but I've learned a tremendous amount that makes me light years further in wisdom. So I hope that makes sense. I was set for life doing that show, but it's not to be anymore. Now I've put it behind me and I'm moving past that. So with new opportunities and a chance to reinvent, and that's my goal. Rick writes, all these questions suck, but I have a good one. Will you ever have your baby-making contraceptiveless son on again? Because it was hilarious. Of course we'll have Jim on. And we'll make him dress appropriately. Let's see. My question is for Diana. Did she ever get her national for EMS? And did she ever work as an EMT? And if not, why didn't she? Go.
Yes, I did get my national EMT license. I passed the board exam or whatever it was, national licensure exam. I did not work for a company. I did all my clinicals, so I did work on the ambulance quite a bit doing my clinicals. However, once I got my license, I realized that 12, 14 hours on an ambulance with 3 kids, despite them being a little bit older at the time, except for Madison, probably was not the best thing at that time. So. I did it for the experience, I did it for the knowledge. I'm glad I did it.
Did you obtain your EMTB?
Yes.
And then you began coursework for this person writes an EMTP?
Yes. Well, that's the EMT 2 paramedic. I started my paramedic courses and then decided that
Yeah.
it was taking up too
So
much time.
he knew this other guy. There's a dude that weighed in on weight. Yep. Any news on starting your own subscription-based podcast or radio show? Well, shit, yeah, we covered that, man. Oh my God, I'm so stoked. Jericho and Larry. Oh boy, that is
I
gonna
like that
hum.
question. From Brian Purcell.
Are you going to do any Diana or Eric stunts?
I think that would be fun. Maybe.
I don't know, man.
Well, how about we let them give us some suggestions?
I don't know. It's not really my thing.
He's kind of a wuss. Give us some suggestions. Maybe we'll do them, or maybe I'll do them. Just don't listen to him.
Okay. Will you attempt to steal the drop machine from the boys? No, that is theirs. What really happened with the not being part of their show anymore? I don't want to get into the whole nuts and bolts of it. Seriously, what I want to do is, if I am fortunate enough, and I always start this with that, is if I am fortunate enough to land on another radio station, hopefully in town, that's when the story will be told, because I want to come on the air the first day, and that's the logical place to start. My kitchen is not the logical place to start that, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Did the other show members have anything to do with it? No, not at all. Would you go back if you could? Interesting. I guess that all depends on whether or not I'm shitty at doing it alone. I mean, if it's great and it takes off on its own, and then it's two separate shows then, slugging it out, and good competition, healthy competition, and I'm holding my own, fuck it, I'll do my own show.
How about the Eric and Diana show?
You could do that too. But, let me tell you this. Can you imagine if this show did take off, and then they weren't happy with their, in 2 years when their contract is up, with their current situation, they wanted to get out. And they came to wherever this hypothetical station that I might be working at. And they were on like right after me. So it was my show and then their show. And then I like did their show along with my show, or at least for part of it. And then I think that would be incredible. We would own the town if that were the case.
You would.
You know?
Sure.
That's my dream to happen, so that everybody's happy. Or if I suck, go back and grovel and beg them to accept me for the man that I am. And that is someone who loves them. Remember, throughout all of this, never has a word crossed my lips bad about that show, and there never, ever, ever will. Period. And that's just the way it is. Whatever happened to the Doobie Brothers? Diana's brothers. They're in Detroit. They live together still. David is working. Kevin is on disability. His health is not that great. That is
it in a nutshell.
Yep. What was your favorite intern over 6'6"? Lurch. Lurch wrote that in. Thank you, Lurch. You're going to fill the kitchen with sponsor signs until all we can see is your little troll face, writes Lucas. Oh.
That would be awesome, he says. He must like your little troll face.
LOL, will you do another impression of Jim grabbing himself? Your facial expressions were hilarious. I think I died laughing. LOL. No, you have to go back and watch the one. I can't do that. But he does. He's always touching his junk.
No, I think he's got...
Do you think he has like an itching issue, like maybe crabs or something? Or
It could be.
no, I don't think so.
Or never mind.
Yeah,
I don't want to go there, it's my son.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't have, he's like, you go for a job interview and just like touch his wang. Something
Well,
like
maybe... Never mind.
that. Yeah, you don't want to comment, do you?
No, I was just thinking that sometimes if it...
You keep starting thoughts and then stopping them.
Maybe if it is father like son, and so it...
Do I touch my penis all the
No,
time?
but I'm saying, well, no, you didn't let me finish. If he's father like son, son like father, father like son, and it kind of hangs kind of low because you're well endowed, maybe it just gets in the way and he's trying to move it. I mean, that's the only explanation. I mean, do you think, would you say that's a good explanation?
I don't know.
That's the only explanation I have, because, if it
Wait.
kind of rubs.
You started this with the camera off and you said, don't get too graphic about our sex
That's
life.
not graphic.
You're talking...
And that is not about our sex life. This is about our son and why he may have issues with itching.
He watches these. Can you imagine how mortified he would be if,
I'm not saying anything. That would be a compliment.
Anybody listening whose mom talks about their kid's Big Johnson? Bet no one's listening whose mother does that exact thing.
Whatever. Next question.
What is your favorite Grand Rapids Griffins player?
Oh dear, this is a hard one.
It is?
Yes, because I love Andy Mealy.
Who doesn't? Little buddy.
I love Tyler Bertuzzi.
Oh, he's great. He's so nice. Very friendly.
I love Nick Jensen.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, Andy and...
And of course Anthony Manton.
Okay, Andy and Tyler
But
for me.
Andy and Tyler are my favorites.
Yeah. When will you tell us what happened with Freeburn Hot Wings? We already covered that. Just wondering, have the guys reached out to you in any way? Of course. Freeburn Hot Wings isn't the same without you. Hope life's still working. That's not a question. Will your dad be on the podcast? Yes. One day. I don't know how we're going to do it. 2 questions about that. Is there any way you take on an intern? Like physically? I mean, do you think they found OJ's murder weapon? Wasn't that a story?
Yeah, they said they found another knife.
What?
20 some years later?
They've never found the first? I don't even remember what happened.
I don't know. They just said they found a knife on his property and they're doing DNA whatever on it. Like 30 years later.
Wow. Yeah, I heard something about that. It's like, I know he's in prison for like pretty much the rest of his life for like stealing somebody's baseball
His
cards.
Heisman Trophy. He stole back his Heisman Trophy.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
because it belonged to him, so he says.
Do you think that you are more popular now than you are not on the show? Boy, I don't know. I don't know about that. I know that that outpouring has been tremendous and has been very, very good for us. I'm not going to lie. And that allowed me mentally to get better because I wasn't feeling good for a long enough time. How likely is it that you will co-host The Huge Show? Are there any obstacles keeping you from hosting other radio shows, as in non-compete clauses or other contract negotiations? I cannot be on the radio in Grand Rapids, Michigan until the last day is Saturday, March 12th. On Sunday, March 13th, I can be on the radio. Today is what? 4? So 9 days. We are 9 days away until I can be on the radio.
It's getting closer to my birthday.
I know that. That is exciting. Happy birthday. It's birthday month. So, would I be on Bill's show? I don't know. If it depends. If that radio company employed me, yes, in an instant. We actually have spoken, and it's like we've been friends forever. And I regret being mean to him in the past because he has been extremely kind to me, and I don't know why I was such an asshole in the first place, but we talked extensively, and he's helped me through all this because there was a good portion of the time that my confidence was destroyed, and he has been very, very good. So he takes a lot of shit, but you know, when you get down to brass tacks, I think this guy's the real deal, and I'm happy to speak to him. He's been very, very nice to me. So lay off, Bill. Would you be open to taking a summer intern? No. Oh no, I take it back. If this thing explodes, because I'm going to build a studio downstairs, and I might need that, man. And it would be a paid internship. Let me tell you, nobody does it for free for me. People get paid around me. Will you ever do a house tour on the podcast? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to expand this whole thing. I keep it simple right now, but it's going to expand. All sorts of videos. I'm going to take the RV out, and we're going to do a video blog with the RV. You know, that's going to be great. And that's going to be sponsored by you know who. If you could punch anyone in your household in the face without punishment, who would it be? I think Jackie. I would never punch Jackie, but Jackie incites me to riot. Oh my God. She pisses me off so bad sometimes. Dad, stop! Dad, stop! Jackie, no, I'm just asking you to not fight with your sister. Stop, Dad! I would never punch anybody. Never have I ever wanted to punch anybody. But she pushes my buttons, and I love her so. Just as much as all the other kids. Favorite Griffins moment since you were associated with the team? When they beat the Oklahoma City Barons in the playoffs. It was an extremely intense environment. They won the cup on the road, so I couldn't see that, but that Barons game was great when they won that round. Oh boy. How long until you ever talk about the Sunday incident? Matt is very intuitive. He picks up on everything. That was a bad time for me after I was suddenly free of the Freeburn Hot Wing show against my will. That was a bad day. I'll talk more about that in another time. Leah wants a date. She says, let me in on the podcast. Sorry, Leah, I just can't do it. I love you, though. I met you at the hashtag Ravenna Strong 5K. Somebody asked about that. That was an amazing event for those people. They did so great putting that thing together for the Kabasiak. No, it's Kabasiak. I'm sorry, they have an awesome name that I always have struggled with. But they were that local family that has experienced tremendous tragedy with the loss of 2 children in an accident earlier in the year. So we went out and did that 5K run. They put it together and invited me, and I was really excited. You saw pictures with Leah, she was at it. And yeah, there was more than 1,000 people from that community, and it was intense. It was so great. They raised a ton of money for that family, and thanks to everybody who supported them with thoughts, prayers, and cash.
What's Rod waiting for?
He wants this. He's waiting for this. I told him it would be later.
Oh.
You sleep with earplugs. Can you still hear the alarm? Smoke detector. The alarm. Yes. What brand do you use? Free Ride. I got it through ADT. Thank you. Yes, I can hear it, and then I reach and I get this when it goes off, and occasionally the cat does it, I hunt around the house like Elmer Fudd with this gigantic shotgun. And it's a riot to see, but everybody hides in my room till I give the all clear sign. So if you ever have any funny ideas, you are so dead. Because everywhere I turn in this house is a gun. They're everywhere. The other day, I was getting a drink of water, and I didn't even have a cup. I had a gun, and I was filling the gun full of water, and I drank a gun full of water, because you can't go anywhere without running into a gun. It's incredible. I have a real problem. Right?
Sure.
Why were you itching so much the other day? Do you have the new super lice? It's just a tick I have, always playing with my head. I heard about that, though. Your podcast has become the highlight of my day. Okay, thank you. Are you still planning on to run for Disney for AT? I plan to run my first marathon there in January and would join the team. Absolutely, we're going to do that. I hope Steve goes too. We can have a reunion. I hope he does. I hope that this weirdness doesn't separate us. But yeah, we'll be there doing the same thing we always do. You say a lot of LOL stuff. What comedians were you into? Not many. Believe it or not, I'm not that much of a fan of comedy. If that makes any sense.
We do like our one lady.
Oh, Kathleen Madigan. I adore Kathleen Madigan.
She's hilarious.
I don't think I've been as exposed to, I haven't put out the effort to see as many comedians as the boys have. The guys are into comedy a hell of a lot more than I am, and they're a lot funnier than I am, so that makes sense. So, yeah, that's about it. Last comic I saw live was Kathleen Madigan, like a year and 3 months ago, and she was very funny. Am I crazy, or did you include hot wings in that Friday apology? Did that turd have something to do with this? No, you aren't crazy. I just happen to apologize to him because I happen to give him a lot of crap. And no, and first of all, he's not a turd, he's my friend. And no, he did not have anything to do with this. Question from Mike. How much has the last month affected your exercise routine? A little, because the days have been a little weird in timing. But for the most part, I still get it done. Who hit Hot Wings' truck?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell us now. Did you hit it?
No.
Who hit that damn
I
truck?
don't know. Maybe Jim. He was the only one driving at the time, I think, other than I.
Aaron writes, why is my wife taller than you? I'm a foot taller and better looking. I want to see what his wife looks like. You gotta send me a picture of your wife. Are there any efforts being made by either side to reunite the show? No. Or is everyone just working to facilitate a cleanish exit? It is a clean exit. It's over. There is nothing more to leave. It is exited. There is no more. We are not connected in any way, completely. Why does Diana have to mention that she was at work or has to work in almost every podcast? Low blows, man. Do you have anything to say about that? Anything?
No.
Okay. What is a positive of not being on free beer and hot wings? I can't think of one. Other than a chance to start over, but who the frick wants to do that? That's not exactly comfortable.
I'm having fun with this.
Okay, that is positive. I would never have dreamed of doing this. That's a great idea. I'm glad you looked at it that way. Thank you. You see, I saw the big picture.
What was that dude's name? I'm going to put him on my blacklist. Along with that girl.
What girl?
That hate mail the other day.
Oh, okay.
Danny.
Danny, he was kidding. Come on.
Danny.
Come on now. Okay. That's going to do it, man. I am hungry. It is late. We're late getting this up. Everybody's pissed. So I got to upload this thing.
We got to go on our date before we have to pick up Madison.
Oh my God. Well, how are we going to find the time? And then you're probably going to want to bump uglies again. Okay. See ya.
Have a good night.